Hey guys, what's up? It's the Chaos Prophet, and today I have Battlefield 1 for you. But not just any Battlefield 1, this is the CTE, and I do play on console, so if you didn't know, you can get the CTE. You just have to scroll over all the way on the top until you get to the options kind of menu, and then you'll be able to download the CTE. And it's amazing. Now, this new map is one of the maps that are coming into Battlefield 1 in the Apocalypse DLC, one of the last DLCs. I haven't done much on Battlefield 1, but I've gotten back into it mainly because of one of these guns, and it's the gun that I'm using, which is the M1917, which is a gun that I really like. So I got back into Battlefield 1. The names of the maps will be on the screen. I believe this one is Caprado. I think that's how you say it. I probably butchered that. And the other one is the Song River, I think it is. And so you only see a little bit of that one though. But I wanted to ask you guys a question. What would you want to see in a map for Battlefield 1 as the community map? They did this in Battlefield 4. I was not able to take place during that for the CTE, but it was really awesome how we were able to shape everything, and how that map came out to be was really good. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the CTE, the community maps, and Battlefield 1, and the next Battlefield happening all together. I really enjoy Battlefield 1. I love the Battlefield 1 type setting. I love World War I. But I love World War II even more, so I'll get onto that later on in the video for when the next Battlefield is coming out. We don't know what it is, but it might be modern, or at least set in somewhere in Vietnam, which is where they should put it. But anyways, these maps are on the CTE. And I love that the CTE is now on consoles, and it has been for a while. I just didn't really know about it because I kind of fell out of Battlefield 1. But I really do enjoy Battlefield 1. The combat, the vehicles, the interactions with your teammates is really good. It's probably better than it has been in most of the Battlefields, except for Battlefield 3, and some would probably argue Bad Company 2 was a really good Battlefield as well. Battlefield 4 was kind of a tricky one for me. I didn't really enjoy it that much, but it's a good game as well. But anyways, I've been playing a lot of the CTE, and I am very much enjoying it. They just added all the textures and the colors and the fires to the sky, and all the everything. Beforehand, it's just a blank kind of slate, trying to test things, and DICE trying to implement things and whatnot. So, you know, now it's getting its color because it's about to come out in February, somewhere around in mid-February it's coming out. And the maps are looking a lot better. They've added more cover. They added more depth to the map. This is like a slanted hill, which is really weird to fight on because it's most of the time you're, depending on where you start, you're fighting an uphill battle, which is not great. But we actually started from the top of the hill, so we're actually, I think we're defending. So we start with all of the capture points, or they do, I can't remember. But anyways, it's Conquest Assault, so it changes everything up where the whole team has all the capture points, and you have to take them all back. And it's awesome, it's good, it's a good game mode, and I like Conquest anyways, everybody does, although I really enjoy Domination. Although a lot of times people just run from flag to flag to flag because the flags are so close together, it just doesn't make any sense, and it's not that great after like an hour or so. But I love Conquest, and I love hunkering down and defending and all of that type of stuff. So I do enjoy Conquest, whether it's Assault or not. This isn't the best gameplay, so I apologize. I want to say that. It's not really that good because I haven't played Battlefield in over a year, so I apologize if the gameplay is either a little bit boring or, you know, not that good, because that's the way it is. What else? So the CTE is awesome that they have this. I know, you know, other games have this type of stuff like Overwatch and things like that. but I'm glad that they do, so that we're able to test out the new maps. I think there's a new aerial game mode coming out, just like they had in Battlefield 4, except there's no lock-on jets and no way to just get annihilated as soon as you get in there, so that would be kind of cool to play around. I might show you guys that in another video if you guys are really interested. Now, the community maps came out on Battlefield 4, like I said earlier in the video, and I really enjoyed it. It was a huge jungle. It was lots of cover, lots of different little villages or lumber mills, machine mills, and just huge battlegrounds to fight in, and it was really interesting for them to shape that land, and I'm wondering if they can do it again. And this time I'll at least be able to help them or give my feedback, because these maps right here are pretty good. They're all about infantry, a little bit of vehicles, maybe a tank or two, or transport vehicles, and that's it. But mostly it's focused on infantry, which I like a lot. But what I want to say is that community map was amazing in Battlefield 4, one of my favorites, and I want to see them do it again in Battlefield 1. There's many different places they can choose from. There's many different parts of the war of World War I that they can choose from that they have not done yet. But they have done a lot, and there's certain ones like the French DLC that they did later on as a DLC instead of putting it in the forefront of the main game, which they probably should have done. But either way, it's been a good year for Battlefield, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't know about you guys, but I really am. And so with the community map, I want them to do something that they don't usually do. And this time, which has been really great, and they always have kind of building or city type maps, and that's good because I'm a light machine gunner and I like to hunker down like I am now in a tower or in a collapsed building and guard a flag. And I want them to kind of do that, but and I don't know how to really describe it, but I want kind of a city that is obviously destroyed, completely destroyed and ruined, but then another city next to it, you know, a good amount away that's really big as well, that's pretty much intact. And you'd probably be like, well, how the hell did that work? You could just make anything up. It's mostly bombers that hit the one part of the city, or that city that's really close to the other one, but didn't touch the other one. And then have like trench work in open fields. And I know the song River is kind of open fields. It's a huge wheat field. There's barns and stuff like that out there, and different locations and hills that give you good cover and stuff like that, but a lot of it's flat and there's not much cover out there, although they added some trenches in that one, so that's really good. But yeah, I really like the town type feeling, or the city type feeling, because it's just a really cool atmosphere. There's a few maps that are already on here that you guys will pretty much well known, and there's a few free maps as well on here, and they just released one of them, and it's a nighttime map, and I can't remember what the hell it's called, sorry, but I think it's from the French DLC, and that map is awesome. It's great. You move under the darkness, the cover of the darkness, and you set up in the buildings, and the whole town is kind of laid in this like grid-like fashion, but it's, I don't know how to explain it, but it's really good. Like, it's really good path widening, and there's multiple different flank routes, and there's so many buildings to get into and flank your opponents and set up defenses and snipe your opponents. It's a really good map. If I can remember the name of it, but it was from the French DLC, and now it's made free to everyone, so it's really good. So what else do I want to talk about Battlefield? I love Battlefield 3, and I liked Battlefield 4, and I really enjoy Battlefield 1. I love the World War I setting, and I love World War II even more, even though I don't play Call of Duty World War II, even though I should, I don't. And I really need to try to get into that, because I really do love the World War II setting. The guns, the atmosphere, the call-outs, everything in that game is really awesome. And they could easily do a Battlefield World War II, because they have the makings of World War I in here. And between World War I and World War II, it's not too different, but at least it would lay the groundwork for what they need to do and what they need to put in. And let me know down below what you would want to see, alright, with the next Battlefield. Now they're saying some are saying that it's either going modern or that it's going to go into Vietnam, which would be really fucking cool. They never really did Vietnam. Now I know they did it in Bad Company 2 as a DLC, and it only had 4 maps, which was amazing. People loved that. I didn't play much of it, but people said they really loved it, and that would be really cool to fight in Vietnam. All the small villages up in the hills. The trap doors and stuff that the Vietnam, all of them built, is amazing. So different wars would be really cool. You haven't really seen that type of warfare in Battlefield 1, and I would enjoy it. I don't know about you guys, but I would. And it wouldn't be too modern, and it wouldn't be too old for some people. Now, one of my friends doesn't like Battlefield 1, or probably wouldn't like Battlefield 2, because even though he loves Call of Duty World War II, he doesn't love the guns as much. He doesn't like the uniforms and the maps and where it is. He just doesn't really like it as much, but definitely the gunplay and how they work, he doesn't like. And that's totally his opinion. I love World War II. I love learning from what happened in World War II. And the guns and everything else in that is just pretty awesome and pretty gruesome. And I think they also introduced in that game where they brought it back from World at War, where your body parts fly off if you shoot them right, or get hit by a grenade. It's pretty wicked. So in Battlefield 1, they kind of do the same thing too. If you get blown off by a grenade or a cannon or something, kind of takes everything off, or at least there's a lot of blood, which is what there should be in a war game. But I would really like to see a Vietnam setting. I don't know about everybody else's ideas, but DICE is very creative, and DICE is very good at creating a atmosphere and creating the maps. The maps would be big, obviously, but there could also be just little villages and surrounding hills that they could do easily, and it would feel like you're in the war. Because I don't know else where they would go if they went modern, besides if they went back to kind of the Gulf War or somewhere around there. But I don't really like modern warfare as much. For Call of Duty, I didn't like the Modern Warfare series as much as I did the Black Ops series, and that was because it was in World War II. It was in the Cold War type era, and then it went futuristic, which was kind of okay, but not great, just to be honest. But overall, I'm very much enjoying my time back in Battlefield 1, and if you guys haven't done the CTE, I would suggest you do so. If you are on the CTE, I'm going to leave a link. The developers are asking for feedback, and I definitely want to do that, so I'm going to be doing that probably after this video at some point. And I want to give my honest opinion, because everything, especially what they add in all the textures and the colors and stuff, has completely changed the way this Battlefield looks when it's first introduced, and it's just a white box. Just everything is gray pretty much. It's hard to tell what it's going to be, what it's going to look like, and adding all the textures in kind of distracts you when you're used to that. So if you're playing that, or if you're playing one of the maps, and that's the way it looks, that's the reason why. So yeah, I hope that they add in a community map. They definitely need to do that. They did that in Battlefield 4, like I said. It's awesome. and they've added in all these maps, which are awesome. And now that I know that there's going to be added in CTE, I'm definitely going to get it for the next Battlefield, so that I can give my opinions and show you guys more gameplay. And speaking of gameplay, I'm going to be doing more videos just basically talking about whatever I want to talk about. There's going to be Paladin gameplay, there's going to be PUBG gameplay, and there's going to be WWE gameplay, and just all types of things that I want to talk about, just gaming in general. And I hope that you enjoy, and I hope that you come along. I do need the watch time, so if you made it this far, thank you very much for that. I don't think I'm going to make it because it's 2,000 hours, and 2,000 hours I've only gotten within a year. I don't think I'm going to get that in a month. So I'm kind of screwed in that sense. But everything else seems to be falling into place. My network is protecting me and protecting us, I should say. Freedom is basically saying, hey, don't worry about it. You're not going to have to worry when you get unlinked. We have another way for you to make money, and you're still going to be linked with us if you want to be. So it's very awesome that they're doing that, and I enjoy them. And I've been with them for 4 years, so I don't want to lose them at this point for sure. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I apologize that it's so long. So again, if you made it to the end of the video, you are awesome. There's probably going to be another video out either tomorrow or the next day. So look forward to that. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Chaos Prophet saying don't get lost in the chaos. Later guys, and be free.